Hello, it's Stephen and Philip from KuKu KiKi.
And today we're going to be featuring, reviewing and talking about watches.
Oh yes, I'm super excited. On this tray here, there's over £250,000 worth of watches.
We're talking about the super fine and exclusive Breguet, and also we're going to be talking about perhaps a little bit more well known, the brand of watch from Chopard. So let's start with Breguet, a wonderfully historic French watch. Now these were started in 1775 over in France. So really historic and really special timepieces. Now the interesting thing with Breguet, they only produce around 10,000 timepieces a year. So it's limited in the fact that they're only producing that sort of number. So at any one time, there'll only be a handful of these watches in the UK, and it's 10,000 worldwide, not just in the UK. Interestingly, because you'll certainly need a guarantee with the price, but the guarantees are hand signed by Breguet, and you also sign the guarantee. So when you purchase one of these watches, you go into their historical archive so that they know every single person that has purchased one of these wonderful timepieces.
And who are you alongside in that historical archive? Winston Churchill?
Sir Winston Churchill, Napoleon, even Marie Antoinette.
So this first Breguet, which is the male watch, is £33,600, and it has what they call a skeletonized dial, so that's where you can see all of the workings inside the watch. So the casing is hand finished solid white 18 karat gold, and I absolutely love this one. Okay, should we look at this wonderful female one? And now the ladies' watch, the first thing I noticed is it is so heavy. It's such a wonderful solid weight, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's solid 18 karat gold, and that's why. And this particular watch is that special. It has been actually named after a queen. And actually Napoleon's sister, Caroline, became the Queen of Naples. So this watch was made after her. And the design, which was made in 1810, I think, has not changed since, so it's the exact same design.
I really like as well, there's if it's not good enough with it being solid rose gold and mother of pearl face, it's even got a little ruby in the top as well. Just because there's a bit of room, we'll pop a ruby there as well. And another thing as well, which is wonderful, is it has a moon phase complication, which tells you which phase the moon is in. So if you're into spirituality, or if maybe someone's put a spell on you when it's a waxing moon and you need to bury a potato in the ground, then you could tell that from the watch, couldn't you?
I'm not quite sure if that comes in the description or the directions, but possibly if you're acquainted with Stephen, perhaps. Yeah. So we're now going to move over to two other special timepieces, and these come to us from Chopard, another French company, and they're actually still a family-run business, and they've been going since 1860.
And they create some absolutely quality watches, and the first one we're going to look at is the ladies' watch. First thing that strikes me about this, again, this lovely mother of pearl facing and all of the diamonds around the outside. Oh, it just makes you feel like Marilyn Monroe when you look at it. It's very classic, isn't it?
Well, I think the special thing about this watch, which I thought was quite nice, is that that you can get watches now and they're encrusted in diamante, diamonds, and you can get some very blingy watches. And for those of you who maybe have a modicum of taste, that you think, well, maybe that's just a little bit too much, maybe even on the verge of being vulgar. But I thought this was actually really nicely done in terms of the mother of pearl actually makes it really classy, I think, and it's been designed beautifully. When it's on a lady's wrist and she's wearing some lovely clothes or a frock or maybe a nice hat, then of course it will blend in perfectly.
So this watch is £52,100. Moving on to our showstopper watch, this is £128,500. It has the beautiful skeletal dial, a tourbillon movement, which is a kind of movement that they had in pocket watches years ago, which would suit you very well, wouldn't it?
It would suit me very well. The idea being, of course, that you've got the tourbillon movement so it can defy gravity to keep the oscillation going round. So that's where the idea of the movement comes from, because, of course, pocket watches would just be sat rather than a wristwatch. These could be a family heirloom, they could be an investment, they could be something that you can pass down the generations. You might have some very generous godparents, you might have a very doting dear old grandmother who might like to get you something special for your 18th, your 21st, maybe a milestone birthday. But these are, if you were ever thinking, right, I want a watch and I want something that's special that I'm going to treasure for a lifetime or even a few generations, then this could be the watch for you.
So my wrist seems to be quite empty at the moment, and I think I think I'd like to be maybe the Queen of Naples. Which watch would you choose? Let us know in the comments. Which would be your favourite watch?
And remember, these fantastic watches are all available here in the Midlands at Lumber's Jewellers here in the heart of Leicester.
So thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the alarm bell if you want to get kept up to date with people, products and places from across the Midlands.